that's okay. So this is exciting. With me here. All right, well, that was exciting. I hope that came through on your end. Like I said, that was Great Streamliners of the Old World. That was a really cool video to research. A lot of good information out there about old locomotives of that era. Completely beautiful, beautiful machines. I don't know why they ever stopped making those. Well, I have some ideas, but we'll get into that on another live stream. But got a few people commenting. That's good. Good response so far. This is exciting. I didn't realize this would be so exciting. But without further ado, I'd like to get into the next video, and this one is about the reset of India that took place in the 1800s, and I'll just let the video speak for itself. But thank you for coming. Thank you for bearing with me through my live stream. Hopefully the levels are good. Hopefully I'm coming through. Just got to kind of figure this stuff out. Did some research, watched a few videos, and that's about the extent of my knowledge here. But I've gotten a little bit crafty with the limited resources that I have. I got some cameras set up, and hopefully my nice little microphone here is capturing the audio well, and it's a fairly good presentation. I hope to build on each one, making each one a little bit better and more presentable, but I just had to pull the trigger and get the first one under my belt. So thank you for being here, and I just want to let you know that this is exciting. So let's roll the next video. Hopefully I can do this without too much difficulty here. Let's see. There we go. Let's try that. I'll pop out here and come back after the video. Just want to make sure I got the right one going here. Yes, this is the right one. Alright, I'll check back after the video. It's about 25 minutes long. It's about the reset of India. Enjoy. The Indian Rebellion of 1857 reportedly began when tensions had reached a breaking point between the Indian Army and English military forces that were originally permitted into India to provide security for English trade assets. The sepoy soldiers from the Indian Army were originally allies with English forces, but they were disrespected by the soldiers of the English Army. The sepoy grew discontent and felt threatened by the foreign military presence. The sepoy soldiers began a campaign to rid India of the English Army and the East India Company, who were occupying Indian military bases, office buildings, and palaces. Allegedly, Indian forces began attacking the occupied structures, searching for English forces, sympathizers, and were apparently not concerned by destroying the buildings that they once built. The artistic depictions portray intense hand-to-hand fighting with swords, single-shot percussion rifles, bayonets, and cannons. Battles are shown in the countryside of India and in the cities and villages. Elephants pulled the cannons and the soldiers walked or rode horseback. We will examine photographic evidence of the damage. Are swords, rifles, and cannons capable of such destruction? Or were other forces involved? It is reported in the quote-unquote official narrative that Sepoy soldiers numbered 300,000 versus 50,000 English soldiers that were holed up in the forts, office buildings, and palaces across India. How did 50,000 English soldiers defeat 300,000 Indian soldiers on their homeland, fighting for their survival, their families, their way of life? The war carried on for a year and a half. Conventional histories have the death toll at 6,000 English army soldiers and 100,000 Indian army soldiers being killed in the battles. Really? How did 50,000 English soldiers defeat 300,000 Indian soldiers on their homeland, fighting for their survival? Indian historians have the death toll near 10 million Indians in the war and in the decade to follow from an aggressive English extermination campaign. It is described as an untold Holocaust where 10 million Indians disappeared. How did the surviving English army go on the offensive with swords, rifles, and cannons all across India, from city to city, turning buildings to dust and rubble, allegedly taking out the remaining 200,000 Sepoy soldiers without slowing down their offensive, going on to reduce city after city, village after village to a cooked and destroyed state, making 10 million Indians disappear, gone, sparing only the buildings and people that would be useful in their ongoing eradication of Old World India and its inhabitants. These buildings, partially buried, charred as if hit with extreme heat, columns sliced into small sections, buildings hit with a direct force that knocked them into bits of rubble. Some were turned to dust. What was it? I can't say for certain. Was it a weapon of the English? I don't know. Was it a supernatural event from above or below? Perhaps. Was this occurrence intended to reset India? It does appear that way. My approach going forward to this and other subjects is to question the official narrative and look for evidence to the contrary. I will leave you with a photographic collection and Indian music of what took place after the reset. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully not too many technical difficulties. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's stop that. Okay. Bear with me as I figure out the screen here. I'm sorry, I figured it out at the end there, how to make it bigger. That was my fault. I realized late that probably weren't getting the full screen, so I think I got that figured out. First live stream jitters and technical problems. Operator error. Thank you for sticking with me through that. While I was watching the video, I was checking the phone. Morning Glory, thank you for stopping by. R. Nixon, Lancelot Dufresne, Matthew S. Everybody, I hope I'm not missing anybody. Thank you for all your help, all your support. It's, like I said, this is pretty exciting. I've never done this before, but I've seen other people do it and looks like they're having a good time, and I just wanted to share a few of my videos with you. I do have another video I could show. I think I'm gonna run it. Now that I know how to do this screen a little bit better, I believe my audio is working. It looks like I'm getting good audio. It's all kind of trial by error on this. So let's see, what do I got up next for you? I could show you my latest video. It's regarding the artist Piranesi. Giovanni Battista Piranesi. He was an artist, an architectural artist during the 18th century, and he put out some pretty good works. And question is, these are called imaginary prisons, that they're being touted by the mainstream as places that don't actually exist or didn't exist, but some in our community have thought otherwise, that perhaps these places are actually real, or were real. I'm not an artist, and, I would think that it'd be incredibly hard to draw something so technical without seeing it or having a photograph, which is another topic that's up for debate, the history of photography. Is it actually when they said, or are there other, or does it go back further? Were people able to draw things from photographs, and some of these old photographs, are they actually older than what we're being told? A couple of things to consider. This Piranesi video does not have narration. I'm planning on putting out a narrated version of it, hopefully this week at some point. I've got some of the narration already recorded. I've just got to put it into the video and upload it onto YouTube. So let me see if I can pull up that video, and this time I will try to make sure that I pull the screen over full for you, so let me just check my comms here. Yep, excellent. Thank you, Morning Glory. All right, let's see. VLC. Let's do Giovanni Battista Piranesi. Let's do his work. These are 16 works that he did after he had established himself in Rome as an architectural artist, and they're amazingly detailed, and mainstream narrative will say that they're imaginary, so you be the judge. Here we go. Without further ado, let's see if I can pull this off. A little bit technical, with better technical skill this time. I'll dip out here. Hopefully that's better. I have an idea. Let's see. Video capture device. So, if you can hear me, let me know when the screen, I'm going to start the video over. Once I know what is the best size for, if anybody could chime in whether I have this sort of right or not. It's all kind of new to me. That's probably still too big, but I want to make sure you, R. Nixon saying that we're good here. Okay. Right there. There is a delay. There is quite a bit of a delay. There's probably a 7 or 8 second delay from what I'm seeing and what you're seeing. So what I want to do is start this over. As long as I know that I have the screen right, I'll dip out my my camera here and turn off the microphone, of course. Too small for my phone, Morning Glory saying. Thank you, Blazer71. I appreciate all the help. Thank you for sticking with me as I struggle through this. Let's see. Blazer71, 3 thumbs up. Okay. All right. So that's a bit better centered. Hopefully, I think I blew it up way too much before. So let's give that a shot again. I'll dip out here. Back to Pure Nessie, hopefully with the better screen size. And I'm out. And I believe I'm back. Hopefully that was presentable. Thank you for all coming out and sticking through my live stream here. I know that there's been some technical issues. The screen size, I think I've got that figured out. Thank you for the feedback in the comments. I don't have the phone up and running right now, so I'd like to go through the comments, but I don't have that in front of me at this point. But the comments were helpful, because without it, the screen would still be really small. But I think I've got that figured out for the most part. And I do believe that my audio is good. I believe the cameras are good, and the video is in pause. But wow, the Piranesi, Giovanni Battista Piranesi, if we follow the mainstream narrative, he was one heck of an artist, and those works show it. He's got so many more too. I want to do another video on some of his. Got some views of Rome, where it depicts Rome around this period, and it's partially buried, pretty much. I mean, it's buried under mud, and there's large portions of the structures that are destroyed. Something happened in Rome around this time where, well, this is what he's depicting, is Rome being buried and destroyed. I got some comments that said, yeah, that would be really hard to draw from imagination. But, again, I'm not an artist, so maybe that is possible. Maybe it happens all the time. I don't know. But I think it would be very difficult to draw that from your imagination. There's the thought that maybe he wasn't the artist. Maybe these are older works from the previous civilization, from the old world, and they just needed to create a character like Giovanni Battista Piranesi. Maybe some have theorized he's a psyop, a psychological operation. It's just like a fictitious character. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Still, amazing works. The figures that we see in those works are not human, as near as I can tell. And they're very large, and so are the buildings. And it looks like they did really horrible things there. It looks like there was torture devices. But a very, very good research project that I did. That one I also hope to add commentary to, some narration. I've got that already, some of that already in the editing software. How I do the videos is, so I'll get some inspiration. I'll get an idea of a good project, and I'll kind of picture it in my mind, and then I'll search the web, and I'll find the best photographs and articles that I can find, and I put them in a collection and run them through my editing software and play with them until they're presentable. And the music, the soundtrack, all of the music comes from copyright-free websites where the music is free to use, as long as you put a credit in the show notes. And I always do that. I always credit the artist, the musician. So everything that I do passes through, copyright, and the photographs are all in the public domain. So it's all out there. If anybody else is making videos, I'd like to touch base with you. If anybody else is thinking about doing live streams, get a hold of me. I think my email address is in the show notes. It's billmillerflip@yahoo.com. Thank you again for being here and being with me as I struggled through this, but I'd like to do more of these, and if anybody else wants to do live streams as well, maybe we could do a live stream together. It's I'm open. I'm in just the creativity mode right now. Fortunate, I'm in a very good situation right now. Some things that I'm working on. My next project is vintage automobiles from around the turn of the century, 1900s, and even maybe a little bit further back. Like, I think the history of the automobile is in question. These vehicles that I'm finding, they say the Model T, the first production car came out in the early 1900s, but these vehicles, they're all over the place. There's older vehicles, there's older cars, trucks, fire engines, prior to what we are said is the official launch of the automobile. Some of these, I'm working on it right now. I had to take a break from the editing because I really wanted to launch the live stream and present some of my works right now, but there's just so many buttons and screens, and it's but I'm getting there. I had to get over that hump and just give it a shot. I didn't think that I would be this nervous and have anxiety sitting in my kitchen by myself late on a Monday night, but it happened. So you could probably hear it in my voice a little bit, but it's excitement. It's welcome anxiety. I've worked hard on some of these videos, and I wanted to share them with people. So thank you all for coming out. I don't know if you're got other plans, but just to be sure, I think I'd like to play another video. You're welcome to stay. Hopefully I've got the technical issues worked out. I've got the screen size right, and like I said, I don't have the YouTube up in front of me, so I can't check the comment section right now, but I did my best while the videos were playing. I want to thank everybody for commenting, and comments have been overwhelmingly supportive, and I very much appreciate that. So let's see, what else could I play for you? There's a process after I upload a video to YouTube. Then in order to play this on the live stream, you have to run it through a different program. You have to download it back from YouTube onto, I use VLC. So you recapture it from YouTube, and then you're able to run it through OBS. That's the live stream software that I'm using right now is OBS. So, a few months ago I had no idea what any of these meant, but one by one I'm figuring them out. They're out there. Like I say, if anybody's interested in doing this, I'll say this: if I can do it, I'd say most anybody could, because it just takes you have a passion for it and a desire to do it. You can do it. That's what I want to say. Let's see. Oh, this one's gotten, I got a lot of good feedback on this video. It's called Moonlight Towers of the Past. Moonlight towers, for those that don't know, were lighting systems of the old world. They lit up their cities with these 200-foot tall, 300-foot tall towers that had arc lamps on top, and they were able to light their entire city. Instead of having like individual street lights, they would just light up like blocks on end. And not a lot of people know about these, and they're really, really cool. The way I remember it, I grew up in Nebraska, and a neighboring city, Council Bluffs, Iowa, actually was famous for their moonlight towers, and it just kind of stuck with me. And then I was thinking of a new project to do, and I remembered these moonlight towers. And if you want to research moonlight towers, it's pretty cool. So again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by the live stream and bearing with me. I want to get better at this, so let me play this Moonlight Towers video for you. And this is another one. Yeah, this one has this video. If you go to my channel, Bill Miller Flip, you can find the Moonlight Towers video of the past. I have two versions. I have the version with narration, and then I have the version with just music. So, and I think that might be a goal of mine, is just to have a version of each, one with narration and one without. Because you might be in a different mood, you just want to hear the music and you don't want to hear me talk and mumble through stuff. So let's see if I can get this to go, and thank you again. Hopefully I can get the screen right, and hopefully this time I can turn off my microphone. So many rookie mistakes. Let's see. Make sure I got the right video here. Put together a little promo there for my Old World Milwaukee Productions. Yep, here it is. All right, I'll get out of the way. Moonlight towers were lighting structures designed to illuminate areas of a city at night. The towers were popular in the mid to late 1800s in the cities across the United States and Europe. According to their history, the arc light was invented and demonstrated in the very beginning of the 1800s by Sir Humphrey Davy in England. The arc lamps, also known as electric candles, known for their exceptionally bright light, were the common method of illumination. Regardless of their origins, arc lamps were designed to electrify two carbon rods, placed slightly apart, which produced an arc that traveled through the air between the rods. The towers were up to 300 feet tall and commonly had 6 arc lamps mounted on top. The circle of light from the tower reached a 1,500-foot radius. The arc lamps had a distinctive loud buzz, and they dropped shreds of burning ash as the carbon electrodes burned quickly, needing to be replaced nightly. The height of the Moonlight Towers made the arc lamps difficult to maintain. Eventually, a counterbalanced dumbwaiter elevator system was developed to change out electrodes more efficiently. Detroit, Michigan had one of the most extensive Moonlight Tower grid systems ever created. Said to have been inaugurated in 1882. The system had 125 towers, placed approximately 1,400 feet apart throughout Detroit. This system was able to light up 21 square miles of city blocks. It is said that during a short period of time in the early 1880s, entire industries were built across the United States, producing moonlight towers and the lighting components. These industries were regional, apparently without centralized development, yet the products were amazingly similar and interchangeable. It is said that the towers in Detroit were all replaced by smaller street lamps once the AC electrical grid had been fully built out. Apparently, the towers in Detroit were dismantled and they were sold to the city of Austin, Texas. Austin reconstructed the towers and is said to be the only city to still have functioning moonlight towers. Another possibility, and one that I choose to explore on this channel, deals in part with an alternate history theory. Proposing that cities all across the face of the earth were constructed during a period of time that we are not taught about. The civilization that went before was highly advanced in many aspects, including architecture and technology. The old world and the inhabitants were in tune with the realm in which we reside, and able to harness naturally occurring energies and frequencies. When we examine the architecture and the infrastructure and the electric streetcars and the railway system and the moonlight tower grids, it becomes more evident that our civilization in this timeline did not have the resources or the time to create all of these systems. And I'm back. Yep, that was my Moonlight Towers of the past video. It's very thought-provoking, this technology and the way the old world had things set up. It was really amazing. It seems like we've gone backwards, some of our technology, and I think that's by design. the Moonlight Tower systems and the electric tram systems that every city had back in the day, they were all bought up one by one by the oil barons, the robber barons. Back in the day, they had a plan to switch society over to gasoline, and they realized they couldn't make any money off of already existing electric tram systems because they were too efficient, and they wanted to switch us over to cars, and everybody had to buy cars, and there was tire companies that helped buy off these electric tram companies and run them into the ground so that they could start selling cars and tires and gas and AC electrical system grids, and they had to get away from the free energy, and there was just no money in it. So unfortunately, there were people that got took control of the direction of the world that we live in, and they sent us down a road of gasoline and monthly payments, and always having to fill up your tank and buy tires and buy new cars. And anyway, hope you liked it. Again, thank you everybody for coming by and spending some time with me on my first live stream. Not a Son, I saw you in the chats, fellow Milwaukeean. Everybody, check out his channel, Not a Son. I'm very impressed with his musical talents and his musical tracks. So, Not a Son, Milwaukee in the house. Get in touch with me. I'm going to wind it down, but thank you again. I hope to do this again. It was exciting. I feel like I made it through. I guess I won't know till I kind of look back and see how it went, and hopefully my microphone's on right now. Hopefully it's not too loud either. It looks like I might have maxed it out there. I got to be careful of that. But I want to do this again. Thank you again for coming out, and I'm going to wind it down. Have a good night. I got to get up in the morning. I might have some viewers from overseas. I don't know what time it is over in England, but I do have some subscribers over there. Hopefully, I'm not sure where everybody's from. I'd list everybody off in the chat, but I know I'd forget somebody. But tried to keep up with that during the live stream. But thank you again. I'm going to sign off. I hope to see you all soon, and have a good night or have a good day wherever you're at, and we will talk soon. Peace.